Hello everyone. I've got to figure out how to make the music quiet enough where I don't hear it so loud, but you guys can still hear it. I don't know how to do that, because these are like noise canceling headphones, which are super cool, but then it makes it so I feel like I have to yell when I'm talking. Maybe I'll just get used to that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know how to turn down your headphones but still have Streamlabs OBS play it at the normal volume. Okay. So I'm looking at these little leg bits, and they're kind of noodly. They don't have a segmented look to them at all. So I'm just kind of carving this top arc to give it a little more of a segmented look. Gets a little tricky because these are thin and could snap easily if I don't pay close attention to the pressure that I'm putting on them and the direction that pressure is going. I'm probably not going to put an equal amount of effort into all of them, just because there's going to be dripping slime all over, so likely you won't be able to notice anyway. Just going after the ones that are kind of worse off. Hi Sigrid. Thanks for your comments on the story so far. Even positive ones like that are, you know, they're good for morale. Morale keeps us going. Kenzo 70 GP, welcome. Let's see, speaking of this, let's get our latest subs. Let's see, these are all on YouTube. We've got Harshit Singal, Music City Bird, Jeanette Mendez, May Adi, Nick Sutton, Melissa Ferguson, Wes Duff, Ling Chiachong, Christina Caballero, Christopher Parks. Wow, that was the easiest list I've ever had to do. I'm sure I still messed them up somewhat, but there's a lot of European derivation in there. So easy. Come on, you guys. Challenge me. Yeah, I saw those notifications just pop up in the last couple minutes, so didn't want to distract you. But on the other hand, that's all right. Yeah, we have plenty of people giving really good negative critique. I have no problem with having a cheerleader or two in there just saying, yeah, this is great. I like this part. I feel for this character. That kind of stuff's great. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure my mom really appreciates it too. I mean, I know she does. I know she gets motivated and fired up by that kind of stuff. So. As someone who does not get a lot of public feedback like I do, you know, I've been making games that get reviews and hear from customers constantly for the past 22 years, so it's not the same emotional journey I go on when I get feedback, but for her it's really important. So you are doing a great service. Oh, no, I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. I think I will simply hot glue it back on. Oh, can you guys let me know if you hear the music and what the level is like? No music, okay. Kinzo says, did you ever get you 3D printer? I'm a wannabe self-taught. Think I'm okay. I got the CR10s? It's amazing. And yeah, I like your work. Thanks, Kinzo. I have a 3D printer sitting right here, waiting for me to do something with it. And I will be printing stuff that I hope to be selling, or, you know, make casts and molds out of and sell. But how do we got audio? Yep. Let's try this one. Now we got audio. Okay. Let me know what this level sounds like. So yeah, I will be getting to that 3D printing stuff, hopefully within the next month or so. I have till, well, I was gonna say April, but that's not really accurate because it's not just a matter of getting the print done. I need to print and then I need to mold and cast, and that all takes time. Oh, well, that stuck too fast. Doing a little bit of wormy surgery here. Let's see, it did come off this way, right? I think so, yeah. You can hear me in the music. Great, thank you. So when a little bug arm is too noodly, right, and it's like this soft arc, I want it to be like really have that angle to it. So one way to do that is by carving these areas down, which is what I've been doing so far. Another way is to build up more of a sharp knuckle. So I'm going to be doing that as well. This is another one where I just couldn't get the curve how I wanted it, so be able to carve that down. Kinzo says, I kind of I kind of got that ZBrush. God, it's hard to do stuff on that because new to the channel, been looking at your Colossus. Amazing. Thanks, Kenzo. Yeah, I've been, I have an idea for some, uh-oh, I nicked that wire. Hopefully that didn't ruin the lights. No, it still worked. I got an idea for a ZBrush tutorial series. But I got so many things in the pipe. I'll get to it if I get to it. If I do one, it's going to be just like ultra beginner series, and it's going to be mostly guest teachers. I think that I have a skill in that I'm pretty good at intuiting what beginners need to know and kind of the order they need to know it in. I'm not the best ZBrush artist in the world, so I would hate to like teach inaccurate skills, you know. That's really what's kept me from doing any serious tutorials on it yet. I'm still in many ways a beginner, especially when it comes to knowing the full feature set and like the best way to approach any given particular you know, I want to do feathers, I want to do cloth, I want to do a mech, like, you know, the state of the art and best practice for all those things is constantly changing as they release new versions and more features and stuff. So yeah, I don't want to make a series that's all about that. But something that's like, hey, I'm a beginner and I'm totally confused and have no idea who is messaging me? What is happening in my life, right? Someone is asking me how much I want that for Christmas. I used to live in North Pole, Alaska, I think is the joke. Have too many clothes. Alrighty. Thanks for thinking of me. Though. This is my my cousin's daughter. She's so cute. She's got this crazy curly hair. You can't really see it so much there, but yeah, cute baby. Anyway, yeah, maybe someday ZBrush intro course, and maybe a little intermediate stuff, but again, all with like guests who work in it all day, every day, which I do not. I'm getting more and more excited about the series I want to do on carving rocks and ruins, though. I feel like there's a really big market for that. Like, there's channels of people who do that for wargaming that have like 100K subs. So I feel like tapping into that a bit can only be good for the channel. And it's something I'm naturally excited about. obviously I don't do things just for mass appeal, or I would be doing all like vlogs about my feelings and how I'm mad at people and calling out other YouTubers if I really wanted the views. There's only one other YouTube channel that I will go on the record as saying is terrible and bad and no one should go to it, and that's Cinema Sins. But I don't think they care that I don't like them, or that I tell the 5 people who watch me that they're bad. What I should have done is just sculpted a bunch of little legs separately and then just glued them on. I really should have thought of that. Why is this at such a weird angle? It wasn't so weird before, was it? Yeah, little Zelly, she is adorable. I think I've just about reached the limits of my pedantic, fastidious nature. Okay, do the little additional leg a bit. Should I? Yeah, actually, rather than that, I'm going to do. The hot glue stuff I need to do. Broken bug legs. This stuff. Not breaking any worms. Very good. Okay, so I was going to dig in here, get this guy arranged a little better. So he's blocking more of those nostril holes. So if you look in, you'll see this little bug guy instead of LEDs. But I do want LEDs right behind him because that's going to look really cool. Okay, hold on. I gotta do my due diligence and actually look at it from the other side before I glue it in place. I've made that mistake enough times to know to avoid it now. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's turn on the lights. I mean, it could be a little closer, although I guess it doesn't buy me much to have them closer. And the glue over here. So the other thing I was hoping to do was kind of fill in gaps there are. You can see all these kind of gaps like so, right? And so I wanted to get hot glue in there so I'm not just packing it with my really expensive epoxy clay. But it's actually pretty hard to see from It's actually a little harder to get at from this angle than I thought it would be. Maybe because it's just so packed with lights. Yeah, really can't make it up that as well as I was hoping I'd be able to. Okay, well that's fine. We got a little centipede in this place, at least. Another thing I'd like to do is get the lights that are like really close to the surface where it just looks like, you know, dots. I would like to get those less directly on the surface. Huh, looks like I may have glued that one there. I don't know if I did that on purpose or not. Okay, that's better. by trying to build a few little, I don't know, girders, I guess you can say. Here, just put a little drop, connect it to the other side. That'll kind of create a scaffolding. I need to rearrange this camera arm. It is not letting me get the angles I want. Okay, now is a good time to see if I can figure out how to take stuff out of my library. Remove selected, will that do it? Oh, that's what I'm forgetting. I need my little cold boy. Here we go. Did I finish the wife sculpt? Found it where you were doing the glass eyes. Can't find any more vids. Nope, sadly that is still sitting under my desk at work. I was doing a weekly kind of sculpting club thing. Like every Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever at lunch, get together with some other people at work who also sculpted, and we'd sculpt together, and that just kind of slowly dwindled away. Just other priorities kept coming up. So it's one of those things where I'll get to it. Crystal J, thank you for the subscription. I love how when I start the stream, it'll show me all the recent subscriptions and stuff, and then when I go back to the editor to do anything and then come back to it, they all go away. Is it the live? Oh, it's live. Okay, so Krista J. I don't think that's part of Krista J's name. Just subscribed on YouTube. Yeah, I always need to make sure because I don't know if there's a way to tell the difference between a subscription on YouTube and one on Twitch. Obviously, it's a lot bigger deal on Twitch because I actually get a little bit of money from that. And so those people deserve extra recognition when doing so. Maybe it says subscribed on Twitch when it happens. I'm not sure. Hi, Letha. How's you going? You know what they say, Aletha. Nobody expects the Josh to be on Twitch on Saturday. I think that's what they say. Christmas photo shoot with Pumpkin. Why Pumpkin all the time? Like, you just think he's the handsomest cat ever or something? Or he's the only one who will sit still while wearing hats and costumes. Pumpkin likes to do the photo shoots. Is likes really the appropriate word, or is it tolerates? Like, how do you know when a cat is enjoying itself while sitting there with stuff hanging off of them? And where did my other... Oh, here it is. God, I love this song. Even though I've heard it 8,000 times recently. Seems to like them. Okay. He always seems a bit disappointed when it's over. You can tell when a cat is disappointed, can you? I'll take your word for it. I'm trying to do it right. I'm trying. It's not as easy as it looks, alright? I told you, I'm trying. I do not like seeing that one light. You can really see the bulb there. Sigrid, is that picture of your fat cat on Facebook? I think I may have seen it. How recent was it? Oh, I haven't seen one today. I'll be sure to check it out. Oh, weird. Got a frozen hot glue bubble. I'm going to make a little bit of brown Apoxie Sculpt. Good thing it's no big deal for a cat to be fat and lazy. It's not like they have a lot of important work to do. At least not that I know of. Pumpkin has a lot of important things to do, like make you take him outside. Okay. That is a function. I'm gonna mix in some of this So Strong Tint Brown. Probably a little bit of black too. This is getting scary. I wish I would have thought to have put a little catcher tray under me. Don't want any of these drops on anything. Speaking of cats, here's another thing they do for you. They make these for you. Atlas destroys paper gift, teases his brother, and kills toys. Yeah, okay. All noble traditions. Aletha, do you want me to send you make you one of these for Christmas? No? Oh. Here I thought I came up with my latest, greatest new product. What if it was more like this? Is that better? Oh, I need to trade my gloves, and I might as well take a quick bathroom break. Be back. Uno momento. Alright, here's going to be the best Instagram ever. Wow, those are some epic bells. That's a pretty good piece. Good photograph. Eyes are really popping. Uh-oh. Why am I hearing an echo? Oh, somehow I unmuted my stream. I don't know how. Uh-oh. I also managed to misplace my primary sculpting tool. Alright, have to use my backup. I mean, I have one place I always put it. Oh, here it is. Phew, that was a close one. Ginger Moggy with bells. You know, it just occurred to me. I don't know why it took this long to occur to me. Last time I was talking about, like, what I could do to work this tutorial series I have in mind of doing different rock and ruin types into my Tales from Telefar projects, which, you know, I hope to be kind of the main projects that most things tie into from now on. Won't take much of a stretch to get there. I mean, I'll always have like random side stuff like Demon Hunter commissions and that sort of stuff, but the more of my just like random tutorials are not just random characters, but are actually contributing to promoting the series, the better. And one thing I just thought of while I was kind of zoning out and sculpting here was if I'm doing these rocks and they are for different areas in the world of Tales from Telefar, then I have just a supernatural way to talk about the books and the series in those tutorials. And so if I'm getting the attention of fantasy wargamers, that is definitely a demographic that has a lot of overlap with people who would like reading my fantasy adventure series. So that's really cool. Like, you know, I really want to avoid being like just a random aside like, hey guys, buy my book, you know, like making it seem like it's an advertisement. But to be able to say, hey, this is for my world, blah blah blah, here's what I'm thinking about it, blah blah blah, and here's, you know, there's a link down there where you can buy books if you're interested in it, and here's how I'm doing this technique, and da da da, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a natural flow and part of the presentation. That's great. That's really great. Kinzo says, I got antlers for my beagle. Every time he sees them, he barks at me. The dreaming, no, possibly chasing cats around. Oh, he's dreaming. I see. Sigrid says, our dog loves our cats, but strange cats are being chased. Yeah, that's pretty typical. But like, what would he do if he actually caught any of those strange cats? You know, who knows? This says, my roommate's dog is afraid of the cats, and I think the tutorials being oriented towards your books is a good idea. Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, a lot of the people who do the terrain, either near the beginning or near the end of their tutorial, they'll have like a little vignette where they talk about where this, you know, context, like a story context for the thing. The one I'm thinking of right off the top of my head is Black Magic Crafts. Is it Crafts? Black Magic something. I think it's Crafts. Yeah, he'll do this little like reading. The clerics surrounded the temple, and the blah blah blah. The lich burst from its chamber. Da da da. The adventurers have to do. Right, and so I don't think I would do dramatic readings, but I would definitely be like, you know, these rocks are for this area, which is inhabited by these kind of creatures, and you know, it's this kind of land because it's near the coast, and they're a trading place because this is where a river meets the sea, that sort of thing. Also buy my book. Kenzo says, there's one cat up our street, hides in the bushes and jumps out at her dog. So funny. That would be fun. This little area I've got these like little, you see those? Yeah, those little like windows where you can see the lights through, and I kind of like that. I think I'll lean into that a little bit. Mika says, I'm not sure if you ever met Rex, Josh. He was the black Basset Lab we had as kids. One time I took him for a walk off leash and he tried to chase a cat. The cat ended up chasing him. Yeah, it's funny. Like, the natural instinct will kick in and they'll be like, oh my god, I gotta get that thing. But they have none of the training that they, you know, in nature they would receive as pups or cubs or whatever. You know, their parents kind of teach them to hunt and stuff, so they've got the impulse, they just don't know what to do once they once that part's done. They'll do the chase, but they're not really prepared for the kill, fortunately, in most cases. Gonna go put up Christmas lights for the first time ever. Alright. Have fun with that. I did a little of that today myself. I need to cut away some of this hot glue. Kinzel, you're lucky to have your missus do it for you. Sacred's got no decorations? Not even a Krampus statue? If I had my choice, I would just decorate my yard with Krampus stuff. which for anyone who wants an awesome holiday movie, I cannot recommend Krampus highly enough. The one that came out like 3 or 4 years ago. I'm sure there's some really terrible, crappy B movies of the same name. Yeah, I don't think there's any good Krampuses. I think they're all evil. That's their whole point. Come for the bad children. Have a Yule on December 21st with a bonfire in the garden and prayer to the Nordic gods. It's our Christmas. Oldie-fashioned style Christmas, huh? So you don't swear by the old gods of the new. You only swear by the old gods. That's fine. It's definitely cold enough in here, in case you guys are worried that it's not cold enough. It's feeling very wintry. Shortest day of the year, then the year wheel starts again. The days are getting lighter and the weather hopefully warmer. Yep. That's probably, I'm gonna guess it's the second most common religious ritual across like all tribes of humankind in all history. Just observing the winter solstice. Probably the first most would be either the planting of the spring harvest, so fertility type observances, or harvest celebration types. But I would probably go with fertility rituals because they're more, they tap into not just the time of the year, but also procreation and all the all the kind of spiritual impulses that surround that process. I definitely take a lot of solace in the winter solstice as someone who definitely has a bit of the sads. The amount of sunlight really affects my mood. Although this winter so far has not been too bad for me. I think because I have so many irons in the fire that are like close to ready to come out. So I'm just so hyper focused on getting this stuff done and ready and published. One thing I'm thinking of doing is bubbles all around where this is coming out. So it's like emerging from a boiling, like the sap is boiling out of the surface of the wood. My husband also needs the sun. Yep. Kenzo says it's depressing dark in the morning to go to work and then dark when I get in at 6. Yep, exactly. No funsies. I love it when it's light. Here in the Pacific Northwest, it'll, near the summer solstice, it'll stay light until like 9:30. Sometimes maybe even up to 10. You can still see light in the sky. Of course, I used to live in the middle of Alaska, and there you'd have like 4 months where the sun never leaves the sky. It's almost always on the horizon, but yeah, that's taken it a bit too far. Gives you a different sort of mania. They have a midnight sun run in Fairbanks every year. There are a lot of very interesting natural phenomenon in Alaska. It's the only place I've ever seen the aurora borealis, which was super epic and awesome. There was one winter where it got to 70 below without wind chill factor. I don't think there was any wind, but and that's like where you gotta be, if your car isn't plugged in, they would have plugs everywhere for your car. Sigrid, I'll bet you guys have this around where you live too. With basically little engine blankets that would keep the oil pan from freezing and such. And yeah, if your car was not plugged in and you started it, the engine would pretty much explode because it wouldn't have oil. The oil wouldn't move into the parts fast enough. I actually blew up the engine on my parents' minivan. I took my girlfriend on a date to the movies, and at that point it was only like, I want to say 30 or 40 below, so it wasn't crazy cold, just painful cold. But anyway, I started the car, and the gas pedal had frozen down to be at basically full gas. So it started, revved all the way to maximum, and then within, a second and a half, blew a, what is it called, where the little pistons go up and down? One of those things. "12:30 in the morning there. Wet, dampy England. All right. Yeah, you should probably go in. Thanks for stopping by, Kenzo. Sigrid says here it's 1:30. My husband's playing computer, so I have no plans to go to bed, but we are also free tomorrow. Here it rains and wind blows. How cold does it get there, Sigrid? Been raining there for 2 weeks. Oh my god, that's wow. Dark and rainy that's tough to handle. Yep. I have heard that England gets more rain than the rainforests. But you also have far fewer ants. I saw a nature thing that was talking about this one tree in probably the Amazon where entomologists counted 43 different species of ant living on the tree, not just like climbing around it, but like living on it, which is apparently more ant species than live in the entire island of England. Seattle is known for its rain as well, but I honestly don't feel like we get a ridiculous amount. Yeah. Okay. Denmark's just very windy. Kenzo says, I'm only in work till 12, and my miss is still not in from 1 p.m. Sure, is she having an affair? Oh no, I hope not. I hope that's not what happened. If it's any consolation, when my ex-wife didn't come home on a regular basis, it's because she was doing crack cocaine. So, maybe that's all she's doing. One of a few reasons why she is my ex. Sigrid says, my husband has no time for an affair. He has 3 computer screens and a new game. So he has 180 centimeters of view. Congrats. I wish I didn't grow up in stupid United States of America where they refuse to use the metric system, so I actually have no idea what 180 centimeters is. sounds big though. I mean, that's 180 is a big number. Sure. She takes enough drugs. Okay, good. As long as it's all, you know, consenting adults, being honest with each other, I got no problems. She's with the daughter? Okay. I always wanted a daughter, but alas, I ended up with 2 sons. So I just dressed one up in a dress and put a wig on him, called him a girl. No, not really. That's not really what happened. I am still hoping for a granddaughter at some point. No time soon, but some point. Considering how difficult my sons were when they were teenagers, though, oh my gosh. Having a teenage daughter probably would have just destroyed the universe. Just over 5 feet. Yikes, that's big. What game is he playing? Watch, it's gonna be like chess or Tetris. That'd be hilarious. $5.90551181102362 feet, so 6 feet. So that's like wider than my arm span, probably. That's yeah, that should be sufficient. Destiny 2? Alright. That's good. Keeps my carpool buddy in a job. Tell him to buy more skins so my carpool buddy can keep working at Bungie. There was a time, I want to say, 2-ish years ago, where it seemed like everyone who was leaving ArenaNet was going to work at Bungie. And then there was a time, I can't remember if it was before or after that, where everyone leaving ArenaNet was going to work at Amazon. I wonder when they're ever going to release their games. Been working on those for quite a while. Not that I should be one to talk. You only play Skyrim on your laptop? Skyrim's definitely a good one. There's a reason it's been around so long. Beloved classic. Yeah, I sure hope the next one's good. I'm definitely concerned after Fallout 76, even though, I mean, it wasn't really the same team, but it does show that Bethesda is willing to let less than the best come out, which, I mean, before they had a pretty stellar reputation. You could always complain about most of their games, but man, I have not seen anyone out there praising Fallout 76. I think it's more of a book nerd than gamer. Oh, okay. Cigarette, I did send you a link to the second book, didn't I? Okay, good. Yeah, I saw you were leaving comments on the first one. Yeah, you don't have to reread the first one to leave comments. You can just start leaving comments on the second one. Although I would recommend, if you're going to reread any of the first, there's a new section. We added a chapter where Beaumark and Moongleam are having a potentially romantic conversation. And I think it's better than the most romantic conversation ever written, which of course is Padme and Anakin Skywalker, where he says that she doesn't feel like sand. I think it's even better than that. So I would love to hear your feedback on that. It's in it's near the end of it, the childhood part. I can't remember which chapter it is, so it's probably like maybe 8 or 9. Yeah, I know it's a brave statement to say that it's better than Attack of the Clones romantic scene, but I'm just putting it out there. I really think it is. It is that good. Some of the beta readers were saying that they felt a lack of tension during parts of the growing up chapters, and someone suggested that, you know, making it a little more explicit what was going on between Beaumark and Moongleam would be helpful. And man, it really was. Like, adding that scene made another scene that came later like 1,000 times more interesting and emotional. So I'm really happy we did that. So grateful to my beta readers. Kinzos, like, Spider-Man's an excellent game. I have heard a lot of good things about it. I'm definitely curious to check that out at some point. I put a moratorium on gaming for a while until I get these books published. I cannot play a big game. I still play Dead Cells every morning to wake myself up, but that's just like for 15 minutes. But yeah, I'm staying away from all the big epics, so I haven't played the new God of War, that Spider-Man game, Red Dead 2. Yeah, I'm just totally buckling down as hard as I can. Man, I was so close. I just needed, like, a tiny bit more. Drat. Yeah, I think adding little bubbles all over will be super effective at kind of bringing the elements together. Not bringing the elephants together. Elements. You get too many elephants together and you're in danger of the floor breaking. It had a little hole formed in here, which I kind of liked. Happy accent. Re-add that. I just thought of a great idea. So I ordered some, can't remember what it's called, but it's essentially, I think it's a brand, it's the Warbler brand. There's several of these brands out there, but it is clear plastic beads that you can melt in hot water, and then you can kind of sculpt them into anything. And they don't end up like crystal clear, but they end up pretty translucent. And that would be super cool to make all the bubbles around here. I could stick them all in and then like give them a, I think like a wash. I think that'll look really sweet. That'll blend all the stuff around them. They can be like bubbling up onto the surface. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. I'm really glad I ordered that stuff. Okay. Yeah, I was never really happy with the transition between the flat wood and the surface of the thing. I think I'm gonna finally hit something I'm happy with though. Okay, since I need to make little elbows for my leech good dudes, I'm gonna go to black. Finish up the horn with that. I think I'm gonna end up airbrushing over this with this kind of antelope brown anyway, so probably doesn't matter that it's black instead of dark brown. Probably. We'll see if I live to regret it. the last week or so, I've been doing a bunch of renders of the Demon Hunter sculpture, ZBrush sculptures that I did for the album covers to put on my website. I've got a bunch of kind of alternate what would it be called? Materials, surface treatments, whatever you want to call that. And I'll be able to do a big publicity blitz, post that, images of it, obviously on my normal social media channels, but also on probably ZBrush Central. I'm gonna think of it. There's several websites like that. Like there's another really famous one for 3D computer art that I can't think of the name all of a sudden. Gotta figure out a good way to do, like I want to do not crappy looking versions, but lower resolution or something, and then always have a link that goes to my website that says for the high res versions go here, because people who go to my website then can get the pop-up which invites them to join my mailing list, which I've heard is like the most valuable thing that an author can have. My mailing list has never gotten anywhere near the size or number of other things, you know, follows here on Twitch or subs on YouTube or followers on Instagram or like anything else. So I'm assuming the way I have to build it, oh well, obviously having a book out will help, and you know, in the book having a link to the news group will help, or the mailing list. Probably I wanted to have a sign up at the show as well, the conventions that I do. I should have an easy, like, I would love to do like a prize giveaway, and in order to enter, you know, sign up for the mailing list. Letha says, I like the new KDP graph they are bringing in. For the viewers at home and for me, because I'm not sure what is KDP. That's Kindle Direct Publishing. Hot glue strands are the worst. Yep, Kindle Direct Publishing, so the graph is color-coded and lists exactly which books sold, how many copies, and how many pages read if they are in Kindle Unlimited. I have had 3,452 pages read of The Hidden Level in the last 30 days. Wow! I got my Christmas lights up. This is the first year I made the effort. Well, congratulations. I hope it fills you with extra cheer this year. You love Christmas lights? Wow. I did not know that. Not the same though now when you an oldie as when you're a kid. Yeah, that's true. The biggest difference to Christmas is when you have kids. Like, I've been an empty nester for, well, I guess I've had kids who are too old to, you know, be the full Christmas excitement experience for probably 5 or 6 years now, and it is quite a difference. Now it's just kind of just going through the motions. It's like, it's Christmas time. Yay, I guess. Lita says, I'm not huge on holidays, but I do like the lights. Yep, I'm taking pics of Pumpkin with tinsel, but I just realized I forgot to put a bow on his head. Oh my gosh, reshoot. That is a Christmas tragedy to not have a bow on your cat's head for his pictures. Add a couple little elbows to some of these legs. Yeah, actually this is probably a lot faster way to do this. I don't have to just put a dollop on there. I can actually put a little bit of upper leg carapace on, and then I naturally get a nice little kind of knee definition there. Oh, yeah. Nice. Kenzo says, well, still up sculpting my Venom versus Spidey. Wide awake mist just came in. Well, it's a good thing you're there waiting. You got any work in progress pics of your Spidey versus Venom? This is where a little drop of super glue on the leg could be helpful. Question is, do I have another thing of super glue? Every time I'm at the store I think I should buy more, and then I think, no, I'm sure I have several of them. And I do, for instance, that. I just can't usually find them when I need them. Well, if you wait till you're done, then you can never pivot based on feedback. Although I suppose if you're confident enough, you don't need feedback and you're fine. Poke this way. That won't ruin my poker. I don't know why it's got this big old round nozzle on the tip. Probably to keep it from drying a certain way, I don't know, but I want to be able to apply this quite directly and finely. Or just glob 12 gallons of it on there instantly. One of those two things. Fortunately, this is a drippy, slimy thing, so having super glue flying all over the place is not a big deal. The nice thing is, now that when I add that clay, it stays right where I put it. It doesn't roll off again. Is this capable of doing less than a giant blob? Yes, okay. Just had to get that big glut out of its system. When I find myself doing the same thing over and over, but in different, like, first I gotta pinch off a little teardrop shape, then I do the glue, then I add the thing, then boop, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's usually less annoying to do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Ironically, it's more annoying to say it that way than it is to say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But my point is, I'm going to do a bunch of these little guys. Letha says, time to play Guild Wars. See you on tomorrow. See ya! Kenzo says, not that, just for me. I didn't sell them. Just don't want the crit. Fair enough. Not everyone needs or wants critique. Okay, so I've got 4 of these, so I can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Did this really not come with a lid? Oh, I think these are, oh, these are single-use tubes. That's annoying. Why would you ever use that much single use? Well, I'm gonna try to find a way to cap that anyway, in defiance of their edict. Also, I would love some little pinchy things. You have to think of the name. The little pinchy things. Tweezers. I had to visually see them before I could remember. This is not the right kind. This kind wants to squish really easy. I do not want to squish. I want delicate tweezers. Come on, I've got like 1,000 of them. not need tweezers since these are so out in the open. Low battery. Oh no. Curious, let me know if the music stopped for you guys because the battery died in my headset. I'm curious if those two are related because according to my OBS, oh, no, it looks like it just stopped. Did music just stop for you guys? Yeah? Interesting. A curious system. It'd be nice if there was a way to plug cords into them for when the batteries die. But alas, there is not. So, I don't want to plug the other thing in because then I'm afraid I'll have to go through all the, like, figuring out how to change it back. It's not like you guys come here for the mediocre music anyway. Kenzo, the usual way that people share their sculptures and get critique is on, you know, forums and social media. But again, if that's not something you want, then don't bother. Okay, I gotta make a bunch of little teardrops. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's probably about 10 of these I need. What do I got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay. That's what the super glue was supposed to avoid. No, that's what the super glue was supposed to prevent. That's the word I was looking for. Nope. Yeah. Alright, that'll do. Oh, hey, I posted this on Facebook, but for those of you who don't follow me there, if anyone has any thoughts on, if you do Patreon and support anyone on Patreon, like me or anyone else, can you give me feedback on what you think is good rewards? Like good and reasonable ones. That's my problem, is I can think of all sorts of incredible ones. Like I'd love to send everyone you know, free sculptures every month for a reward, or like make custom tutorials, but I really don't want to wall off people who can't afford to pay for art tutorials. I'm very happy that I can provide free what I do for free, and I don't want to change that to a pay model. So you know, what I'm currently doing is for people who support me on Patreon, I put their name in the credits, and depending on how much, you know, which tier they're in, I'll make their names bigger. And then additionally, let's see, for $10 and up, I write a fun little fact about them in the credits that I make up. And then I just added that people who are $3 and up get to vote on polls that I'll have on my Patreon for things like which project I do next, or I don't know what else there is to vote for, but whatever I think of. Yeah, so if you guys know of anything, post in the comments. If you know of stuff that seemed cool to you and kept you coming back and invested and interested in that artist, or whatever it is you Patreonize them for. Hopefully at some point I'm building up a bigger following as the books are released, people who are into both art, you know, the kind of art that I'm doing, but also design and world building and stuff. So I'd like to have like a competent Patreon reward scheme in place once they start noticing me. just occurred to me that these belly pieces kind of morphing into legs is not how insects work. Need to make a little border there for the leg to come out of. Kento says, sent you my version, Roadhog not finished, and Spidey not finished. Oh, cool. Through what means did you send them? Email, Facebook message. You take a photograph on Kodak film and get it. Took it to a 1-hour developer and they gave you physical prints, and then you put those in a physical envelope and mailed it to me at the cost of about 16 pounds to send one envelope to the US. Is that what you did? Because if so, that's a little overboard, I gotta say. Just a little overboard. Facebook, okay. Check it out real quick. Let's see. Is it message request? Oh, there we go. Whoa, that's pretty epic. Ah, that's crazy. What medium are you working in? Roadhog looks like Super Sculpey Firm. So I'm guessing that's what the other ones are too. Yep, Sculpey Firm. It's a good one. I've always wanted to do a cool one-on-one battle scene with characters. Just never got around to it. I started on one, but I didn't even finish the first character. I start on lots of things. That is my MO. It's too bad you can't get paid for starting on things. It's going to make it wax, get better detail. Yeah, I had that dream once too. I bought a wax pen, got some CX5, bought a tutorial DVD from Adam Bean. I was super excited, ready to go. And then for whatever reason, I just never followed through. I think because I have so many like projects that are in mid-development in other mediums, like I would need to set time aside, that's the way it goes, to, you know, not only start a new project, but learn a new medium while I do it. I've kind of been doing that with the foam carving. Yeah, something about wax sculpting just really intimidates me or something. I don't know what it is. All right. Everyone's got, oh, no, this guy still needs a little bit of love on this leg. Whoa, way too much glue. Can't get CX5 in England? Ah. Monster Clay in SP. I played with a ball of Monster Clay once, but yeah, the idea of having to cast everything that I make if I want it to last, that's what keeps me from using Monster Clay. Well, I mean, honestly, that's a big thing that keeps me from wax as well. Come to think of it, I think that may have been the biggest reason that I never started with wax. All right. Okay. Can use some of this black to even out this little wormy a bit. Kinzo says, I've heard you can paint it and think you have to buy resin stuff for the wax, I think. Sigrid, better go to bed, 3 a.m. Good night. Yeah, you better go to bed. I'm just about done anyway. Thanks again for stopping by, and thank you also for the reading. That means more to me than you will ever know. Come on, don't be a butt. Just stick. It's a pleasure to be here and read the books. Wow, that's great. Mutually assured pleasure. It's always the best. Way better than mutually assured destruction. Alright. Got a little more of this. I'm thinking I'll just like make a extra little wormy body to stick in here to help obfuscate some of these. I don't like, you can kind of see twisty wire looking in there, which I'm not the biggest fan of, so I'm gonna stick what would ostensibly be a worm body in there. Yeah, that's better. Mucho better. Alright, what can I put over this to make it, to cover it? I think, well, you know what? Let's try the easiest solution first and see if it works. Next time I need super glue, hopefully I'll remember to grab this little guy. Oh, I was really hoping he would stick to my my magnet tool shelf thing. Okay. Actually, before I forget, I'm gonna throw a little plastic dip on 2 of these lights. Looking for, I had a stick that I was using to move stuff around, but this will do. So this light right there, that's just too stark. It just looks like an LED. But if you coat it in this, adds a really nice fade to it, so it looks like it could ostensibly be a more organic thing. What was the other one? This one. Okay. Very good. All right, I think that'll do it for today. Thanks for hanging out, guys. And as usual, I'll be back tomorrow. Not sure what I'll be doing. Might be on the computer, we'll see. Yeah, so, yeah. Hi, Damon. Just in time for me to leave. Sigrid and Kenzo are going to bed, and I am going to do some more rendering. So, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't want to talk to you. That's really why I'm ending this stream. I was going to go another couple hours, but since you're here, no. Bye.